Hey guys, so if you are like me, you are kind of looking forward to fall, but at the same time, a little reluctant to have summer end. So today we are going to do a pre-fall makeup tutorial. And what I mean by that is we're going to incorporate some of the things some of the colors that you associate with fall while still maintaining some summer colors. So it's sort of a transitioning between the seasons look. So I've already done half my makeup because I don't want this video to be crazy long. So I used half my products, and I always list in the description box what I'm wearing, but I did want to make a comment or two about some of these things. So I'm going to just quickly go over what I've used so far. Still using my Wet n Wild lip treatment. Still using my e.l.f. Poreless Putty primer. That primer works with everything. Still using my Profusion Cosmetics Feel Good Skin Foundation. I did a dedicated video to this. This is a new product at Walmart, and these two colors mixed together gives me the perfect color. And I used my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Concealer. I set everything with the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. Contoured my face with the NYX Wonder Stick, just the contour side. And then I bronzed the perimeter of my face with my Maybelline City Bronzer in the shade 100. And the only other product I used was my new Essence It's All About Brows 4-in-1 palette. And the thing that I did different with this is instead of just using this light shade right here, I used a combination of these two shades. So I darkened my brows to make them more complementary to some fall shades being used. Okay, so that is what I have used so far. So we're going to take it from there, and the first thing I'm going to use is my Maybelline Cheek Heat and Nude Burn. This, I pretty much have used it every single day since I bought it. I think there might have been one day that I didn't use it. I love this. I did buy some other colors, but this color just goes with everything. So I just use a little bit for both cheeks. So I just mix it together on my index fingers, and then I just go dot, 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 and then blend with the other fingers. Yeah, I wish I hadn't waited so long to try this. It's so quick and easy, and I love cream products. I think they just feel so nice and blend so beautifully. So, just very subtle blush. That's what I'm into, not into super pigmented blush that's difficult to blend. That's not my thing. Okay, so for highlight, here's one of the ways that we're going to make a change. I'm going to use my e.l.f. Bite Size Face Duo, and I'm going to use this highlight. Now, this highlight is much deeper than anything I would normally use for a highlight, but since we're going to be doing some fall colors, I'm going to use that highlight. And of course, my highlight brush is not in front of me. So this is the highlight brush that I've been using lately. It's by Real Techniques, and it's their small fan brush. Let's see if that's what they call it. It just says fan brush. Okay, so we're going to go into that contour shade, tap off the excess, and just go right across the top of the cheekbones and layer that onto that nude blush. So we're just going to have a little bit of a glow there. So I can get away with this if I go light-handed with it, and I wouldn't layer that color over just any old thing though. I think over the nude blush it works. And so we're just going to use the highlight from that palette today. Okay, so next I am going to take a flat shader brush, and I'm going to use a Maybelline Color Tattoo cream eyeshadow as my base. This is V.I.P. This is like a peach shade, and I'm just going to take this flat shader brush from AOA Studio. This is the E131 brush. Pick some of that up on the brush and just place that all over the eye area. Now, if you're into subtle eye looks, you can use these as eyeshadows. That's what the product was designed for. I like using them as an eyeshadow primer. And this shade is gonna have a fallish hue to it, so it should, in theory, work with any eyeshadow, really, because it's just a light peach. So I want to make sure that I'm getting all the little areas, because if I don't get an even coverage, then the eyeshadow may not apply smoothly. Okay, so that just gives you like a hint of color if you're my skin tone. And there's lots of colors in this line. So, you know, find something that suits you if this wouldn't work for you. Okay, so next we are going to use a couple of the new Maybelline Color Strike Cream to Powder eyeshadow pens. And the first one that I'm going to use is the shade, oh wow, Tempt. The color of this is like a plum type color, so it makes the writing really hard to see because of the color of the background. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to open this up, and these set fast, so you don't have a lot of time to think about what you're doing. You need to put it where you want it to go and then blend it if that's what you want to do. Now, I have a brush handy right here. This is an AOA Studio E130 brush, because I don't know whether or not I'm going to be doing some blending or not. So I have to have something right in my hand handy. So I'm actually going to hold this with this in case I need to blend quickly. Okay, we're going to put this in the crease, and I probably will put some in the outer part of my lid as well. So, okay, it's going to be a little awkward, but start from the outside and then go in. Now it's going to be messy, so you can do the initial blending with the pen, but then go in with the brush and smooth things out. Haven't used one of these in a while, so I couldn't really remember whether I was going to need this brush or not. Now you can use your fingers also, But and your fingers actually can make really good makeup tools, but some days I just don't feel like getting my fingers dirty. And some days I use my fingers a lot and just keep a makeup wipe handy. And just keep wiping my fingers off on a makeup wipe. But today I just feel like using brushes. Okay, so I'm blending that out as fast as I can. And with this type of product, it doesn't have to be perfect when you're working with cream products. Okay, so I'm going to set that brush aside so when I do the other eye, I can use that brush. So Plum is, oh, let's just give this a little bit. I want to make sure I bring that over fast enough, because if you wait, you won't be able to blend it later on. So do all the blending that you want to do right up front. Okay, that's better. Okay, so Plum is a color that we do associate with fall, at least I do. Now we're going to go in with more of a summery color for the lid. And this is the Maybelline Color Strike in the shade Ace, and it's a shimmery blue. So we're going to use that on the lid. I'm going to go right along the lash line initially. And try to get as close as you can to the lashes, because you don't want there to be a gap there. Okay, now we're going to grab another brush. This is an AOA Studio E128 brush. And we're going to blend this. Just like that. Okay? Now I'm going to take a little bit more and bring it up. So I'm just doing a little at a time with this shade because I want to make sure that I get my placement exactly where I want it. One of the nice things about this product is you don't have to be super precise with it, but you just want to make sure that you blend it as much as you're going to want to. Because like I said, if you wait for it, if you wait, you cannot go back and do it later. Like you can with a powder eyeshadow. Okay. I think I did a good job with the blending. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these Maybelline Tattoo Studio gel pencil liners, and this is in the shade Striking Navy. And I'm going to do my waterline. And I'm not being too precise. I'm sort of doing a little bit of the waterline and the lash line because the top part is kind of like messy and not precise, so we don't want the eyeliner to be either, so sort of making it, you know, balanced. Okay, now I'm going to go into that brow palette that I used. This shade right here is like a shimmery bone color. I use that as my eyeshadow and inner corner highlight now every single day, no matter what look I do. And it's just, it's so pretty. Okay, so I just grabbed another shader brush. This is a MAC 239 brush. And I'm just going to pick up some of that. And I'm going to do that as my brow bone highlight. And inner corner. I used this palette as an eyeshadow palette yesterday because I wasn't filming and I wasn't going anywhere that I needed my makeup to be, you know, a certain way. If you follow me on Twitter, you know exactly what I did yesterday. So that's what I'm gonna do for that. Okay, I can see it's not blended right there in that corner. Don't know if I'm going to be able to fix that now. So let's go back to the brush that we used for the plum shade. And hopefully I'll be able to blend it. It looks like a little bit of the blue got mixed in, which is fine. Because now the blue and the plum are going to get mixed together in that outer corner. So yeah, that's fine. Okay. All right. Let's curl the lashes. And these days I've been using the Maybelline, the Falsies Lash Lift Mascara. I repurchased this after not having it for a while, and I have been enjoying it. So I'm just doing my lower lashes right now. I like to do those first so that I don't get any transfer on top. And then I'm going to use my Milani, the Violet One lash primer, because this will make any mascara work better. It just does make a difference. You know, it's one little extra step, but yeah, I really, really love this. This is my second tube. Okay, now we're going to go back in with the Maybelline Lash Lift. And I don't even wait for that primer to dry. I feel like I can blend it better if I don't. So I just go right into the mascara right away. Okay, now let me do the other eye off camera to save some time, and I will be right back. Okay, so both eyes are done. When I did videos about these color strikes in the past, I said that I thought that they could only be used like as a base, but I think it just depends, because if you don't mind doing sort of a messy, quick, easy look, and you want everything to look precise, then obviously you're not going to like this. But if you don't mind it being like less than perfect, and I mean, this is, you know, a sort of a different kind of look, then you can use these just themselves, obviously. And I was able to blend them together. Okay, so when I think of fall, I think of red lips. And I know a lot of you don't like red lips, and that's fine, you do you. But I am going to use a red lip today, but I think a lot of you would probably reach for a nude. that's cool. I had this lipstick that I'm going to use a while back, and I don't know, like I said, when I think of fall, I think of red lips. But a lot of people must be buying this right now, getting ready for fall or something, because I had to go to 4 stores to get this. And it's the Maybelline SuperStay Matte Ink in Pioneer. This is like a classic blue-based red lipstick. And yeah, I had the hardest time finding this, but I got it. Okay, so these are really intense, so you don't have to use a liner with them. You don't have to use a liner with a lot of liquid lipsticks, so you can just like do the line with the tip of the applicator. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I like to get that outline first. Then fill it in. Okay, I'm going to dip it back in just to make sure I have enough product. And for the bottom lip, I'm going to turn it sideways to try to get that outline. These can be somewhat challenging to apply, especially, you know, this is why I think a lot of people don't like a bold red lip, because, I mean, it came out okay, but, yeah, can be sort of difficult. So this is a very intense, colorful look, but we've incorporated some of the colors from fall in it. I know this isn't for everybody, but you know me, I like to do a lot of color. So, you know, change what you don't like about it and just take some of the ideas from it, like using summer and fall colors together. Like, to me, red and plum are fall colors and blue is a summer color, but it looks like I've got more of the highlight shade in this corner than I do in this one. That's really bothering me. There we go. I always try to get it like as symmetrical as possible because otherwise, I don't know, it just bothers me. And it looks like right here, I'm just going to take a Q-tip and blend right there because it looks like I have a little bit of color. And I'm not using any makeup remover when I do that because otherwise it'll mess up my concealer, my powder, everything. If you just take a dry Q-tip, sometimes that will just remove, like, you won't be able to see that because of the lighting, but you have to take my word for it. So that is my pre-fall makeup tutorial. I hope you enjoyed that, using a lot of Maybelline products. And thanks for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed already.